there, my name's Gabby Kinney and I'm the Community Engagement Project Manager at Wetlands Watch, and I lead our education initiative, which is focused on providing young students the chance to experience, collect data, and make observations about the localized impacts of sea level rise and flooding in Hampton Roads.
And I'm Mary Carson Stiff, and I'm the Executive Director of Wetlands Watch. We're a 501c3 environmental nonprofit based in Norfolk, Virginia, with a mission to work where land, communities, and water meet to conserve nature in a changing climate. At our organization, we care deeply about how communities are adapting to the greatest compound threat facing our region, sea level rise. We believe that empowering youth to understand and investigate this issue can spark real change moving forward.
So, in 2023, we teamed up with the 8th grade science capstone class at the Williams School. It's an innovative K-8 school in the heart of Norfolk where sea level rise is occurring at the highest rate on the U.S. East Coast to launch this education initiative. Williams School students have learned all about sea level rise, flooding, wetlands migration, and more from Wetlands Watch throughout the school year and have engaged in several field trips immersing them in the adaptation landscape across the region. Over the last couple months, the students have worked in teams to create projects that demonstrate what they've learned and how their knowledge can benefit their community, be it their school, neighborhood, or their city. So without further ado, let's find out how the students are taking on sea level rise!
My name's Livy. My name's Allie.
My name's Eloise.
My name is Isla.
My name's Anna.
My name's Benton.
My name is Lila. My name's Ava.
My name is Louise.
My name's Nathan.
My name's Patrick.
And I'm Gavin.
I'm Mackenzie.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Sophia.
Hey, I'm Amir.
I'm Carver.
I'm Zachary.
And we're at Brownsville Preserve.
We are doing a project that centralizes on educating our community on the effects that sea level rise has through things like our TikTok page and speaking at our school assembly.
We are working to make a sea turtle to represent people like throwing away trash.
What are you making the sea turtle out of?
Trash. That has been thrown away in our school.
Our project is rain barrels in a rain garden. We are going to try to help out the preschoolers and where their new building is going to be at. So we're going to try to add a rain garden and some rain barrels over there.
We think it's going to be really good for not just the environment, but also the school environment. It's going to teach the children a lot about nature and keeping our planet clean and safe as we move forward in the coming generations. It's just good to also let these kids know about how they can help too, and how they're having a huge impact on, the world and the community as a whole by just having this rain garden, rain barrels as a part of their school.
We're surveying people in Norfolk about their flooding situations based on where they live.
High tides factor into our project because high tides can result in flooding, and we'll locate what buildings will have to be moved or destroyed due to this flooding.
On top of that, we're also researching the excess of king tides which occur in October and November, or an excess of flooding. It's basically just mega tide, right?
Especially in our area, we live in Norfolk, most of us, and we have a school that experiences flooding daily.
Different places react differently to flooding.
If we can't stop the flooding, we gotta adapt to it.
Yeah, and also just disrupts getting to places and making it harder for businesses to get customers. We like to know more about it and how it's affecting, and how in the years, as the years progress, how bad it will be and how it might affect our lives and the people who live near flooded areas.
One of our greatest concerns right now, just as a generation even, is just the rising sea level, how dangerous, this can eventually be.
Hi, I'm Steve Carrozza, and I am a science and STEM teacher here at the Williams School. And this year I had the wonderful opportunity to collaborate with Chris Johnson in the 8th grade on the Capstone project to try to provide our students with an authentic experience in learning about how our planet is changing and how the seas that are rising are impacting us here locally. And as we sit here not far from The Hague, students realize that the impact is very real and is approaching in unprecedented ways.
Hi, I'm Chris Johnson. I'm the physical and earth science teacher here at the Williams School. This year we have partnered with Wetlands Watch to help our 8th graders learn more about environmental sustainability, flooding, and how it impacts not only their area, but around Hampton Roads. We took a field trip to the Ryan Resilience Lab, saw current practices on how buildings are using sustainability to meet their needs and how flooding will impact them. We took a field trip up onto the eastern shore to see a ghost forest, see how flooding has impacted that area, how saltwater intrusion is starting to kill forests off. We went to Old Dominion University and saw how they are using current practices to help the university deal with flooding.
Norfolk, as the students learned, is one of the most vulnerable cities on the East Coast to deal with climate change.
The area we live in, Norfolk, well, the school is located in Norfolk, it's just a lot of rain, a lot of flooding in that area. So I think the rain barrels will really be beneficial for that area and stop the flooding, and also so the kids can get to school, because it might flood up the parking lots or the roads, and that stops them from going to school, and we don't want that to stop their education.
Now that you've learned all about the student projects and perspectives on sea level rise, it's time to close our program in a momentous way. A virtual documentary of the student projects will live on a password-protected webpage on the Wetlands Watch website as part of an initiative we're calling a tide capsule. This idea is a play on the concept of a time capsule, in which the digitized collection of projects from this program and future education programs at Wetlands Watch will reflect how young generations today understand and contemplate the decades of climate change before them and their role in the projections of change in their communities moving forward.
The password to the tide capsule will be released in 2050, when Norfolk is predicted to endure 1.5 additional feet of sea level rise and 85 to 100 days of nuisance sunny day flooding each year. Thank you to those involved for watching, listening, and participating in the tide capsule. Most of all, thank you to the Williams School for partnering with us on this incredible project.